What's going on, people, and welcome to Man Knows Football. You're here with Guni. Younes is going to be here in a couple of minutes. He's just sent me a message, just letting me know that he's in the middle of doing something, but he should be here in a second. But big up everybody in the comments. I didn't want to keep you lot waiting any longer. You get me? But boy, it's good to be back. 2 weeks without Chelsea. 2 long weeks without Chelsea, and yes, it was difficult, mate. As much as I love my club, do you know what I mean? So for everybody that's in here, I know you're feeling what I'm feeling. It's good to have Chelsea back. Obviously, it's going to be the FA Cup, a competition that we do have a chance of winning. So when Younes gets in here, we're going to be discussing about the FA Cup and other cup competitions we can win. We're going to be discussing about Thomas Tuchel's comments that he has made about being happy with his current squad after obviously the January window closing a couple of days ago. A couple of Chelsea fans had their concerns. Oh, no signings are being made, but we're definitely going to give you our thoughts on that. But yeah, man, I see you all in the comments, man. Let me see Wagwan for everybody. I'm going to read out everyone. I never give personal shout outs. So now that I've got the time, we're waiting for Younes. I'm going to big up everybody in this in here. So listen, if I butcher up your names, yeah, if I ruin your names, ain't nothing personal, bruv. Goonies trying. Is that Jake Jobert? Jake Jobert, the first tier. Big up yourself. And then I've got Mixter Miguel Michael Medina. Yes, man. Big up yourself. William Herr, big up yourself. I remember you. In fact, I remember how is it? I'm gonna call you Mr. Jobert because I don't want to mash up your first name. You get me? That one always throws me off. Yeah, but I do see you in here, man. Big up yourself. Oryx Day. I am from China and it's 3 a.m. Oi, listen. Apologies for being a little bit late. You get me? But big up yourself all the way from China. You get me? That is mad. Got a viewer here from China. Big up yourself all the way from the far east. You get me? And Mr. Jobert's in South Africa. Exeter 1985. I see you. Big up yourself. Guni needs to get shirts made up with big up yourself on them. Boy, I don't know, man. I don't know. Listen, we're still early. We're still early in this journey. You're going to hear a lot of repeated sayings that Gooni's going to say. So that definitely could be a candidate. Not going to lie. Sean, Chelsea FC, big up yourself. I see you. Ronaldo Williams. Hey, Elohai Abraham. Prasanna, yes, man. I see all of you. Love the content from Jamaica. Big up Ronaldo Williams from Jamaica, man. Yeah, listen. Getting love up in this. Yes, I remember you. Bro. I remember I think it was my first live that we did. You commented and I was like, yeah, man, definitely have to come true to Jamaica still. But definitely, if you just got in here, make sure you smash up the like button. Younes is going to be here shortly. You get me? Obviously, lateness is greatness, fam. So we can't really blame him, bruv. It's just him. He's just being great. You get me? That's just what he does. But do you know what? I guess we could just start by getting into it slowly. You get me? So I might just address Thomas Tuchel's comments from earlier. Obviously, he had his press conference. And Tuchel did say he was asked about Ousmane Dembele and questions about the concerns in the wing-back positions. And Tuchel did say that he's very happy. Well, not very happy, but he said he's happy with the current squad that he has. Now, here's my thing, yeah, because there's two topics there. There's obviously the Ousmane Dembele situation where even on this channel, I personally believe that there was actually contact made between Tuchel and Ousmane Dembele. But that seemed not to be the case. Thomas Tuchel today in the press conference, he turned around and he said, yo, I've had no contact with Ousmane Dembele, nothing about him moving in January, not even anything about him moving in the summer. So it could be taken two ways, that everything that was said in the summer was just complete nonsense, or he's just being very technical and he's just counting himself out because, managers, they don't do the negotiations. It's usually the club. And here he is himself, Mr. Younes. What is going on, my guy?
Yes, bro. How you doing?
All good. I decided to start early, just go through the chat and just see who's here, where everybody's from. Just gave the big ups out. We've got India, Jamaica, China in the building, bruv. Like mental.
They're worldwide, isn't it?
Yes, it's worldwide, man. So it feels nice. But yeah, right now,
Mr. Worldwide. It's fitting you. It's fitting you in NYC, isn't it?
Yeah, trust me. Yeah, it does. But obviously, since you're here, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure if you're new here, you subscribe. Because listen, yeah, I have been going through my analytics for once in a very long time. And a lot of people say, Guni, go through your analytics, bro. It's very important. But I did. I listened this time round. And it's something ridiculous, like 43% of you watching are not subscribed to the channel. Wagwan. Why is it so hard for you to hit that like button? I mean, the subscribe button. Come on, people.
Come on, people. Fix up, look sharp.
Yeah, man. Fix up, look sharp, man. We just crossed the 5K barrier. You get me? We're trying to reach 10K, so every sub counts. But yeah, man, Younes. Football, finally. It's been 2 weeks. No Chelsea, and we are back in the FA Cup tomorrow against Plymouth, bro. First of all, are you excited to see our mighty Chelsea back on the field?
Yeah, man. It feels like a lifetime. I know it's been 2 weeks, but I think it was because it was quite unprecedented that this 2 weeks felt longer than any standard international break. I think also because we didn't get England playing. I think that kind of, it normally fills a void. We didn't get that. You did. You got United States actually playing in, what was it, minus 14
16,
conditions.
minus 16 or something ridiculous.
Pulisic had hypothermia or something. Like, come off the pitch, he had hypothermia. Like, unbelievable.
Well, apparently it was actually the USSF's idea to do it there because they wanted quote unquote revenge for the temperature they played in Honduras, because over there when they played, they were saying the temperature was scorching. And their players obviously are not accustomed to those kind of temperatures. So the US said, okay, you want to play them games, yeah? Yeah? You want to put us in an oven? Have you heard of a deep freezer? You're about to play in one. Yeah, man. But they didn't think that through though, did they? Because boy, that could have been ridiculous. Playing at that kind of minus 60, bro.
How can you play in that, bro? But you've played in freezing before. I'm sure like most people have. But that's hard enough. You know, your hands, like, you got to wear like gloves, and even then it's cold. Like, your face goes numb. Like, it's mad.
Oh, mate, it's absolutely ridiculous, man. It literally, I played, I mean, the worst that I've done, I played in -8 here in New York. I thought I was a psycho. I'm telling you, if Vinnie Jones was in my face at that moment, I would have definitely fancied myself. I'd be like, yeah, let's... And that was horrible. That was definitely horrible. Hey, big up Exeter 1985. Hit the subscribe button. We need to get Guni a silver play button. Hey, I need to join the Younes club. We need to get that silver play button. Trust me.
Hey, there's in terms of the Chelsea lot, I think there's 4 of us now. Yeah. So yeah, the rest. Actually, no, 5. Rory's got 1. 5. Who's
got the most? Is it? We need to start like a table.
There's
like the Prem. Like, you see how all these teams just have, like, obviously you've got us with our Prems, Man United with their 20 Prems or whatever. We need to start a little.
No. In terms of YouTube, yeah. In terms of, I think, YouTube creators based on the teams that they talk about or support, I think Chelsea have the highest. Like, because with Arsenal, there's select few. With Chelsea, there's George, there's Jan, there's Nini, there's myself, there's Rory. And then there's up-and-coming ones as well that are reaching good levels. With Arsenal, there's only maybe about 3 I can think off the top of my head. With the other clubs, I don't even flip in. No, maybe 1 each. So I think we're good. We
need to make Chelsea proud off the field and just collect those accolades, as many trophies as we can, and all them, so we can gloat. But yeah, hey, don't think I don't see the comments. I see the comments, you know. Guni looking like Jeremy. Hey, my eyes are fast. I pick up the disses real quick.
Oh, but, my God. Listen. Diarra's dad, yeah? Diarra's dad.
Hey, I've got Jeremy. I've got William Gallas from Expressions. I've got Lukaku from everybody else. Bruv, just keep on coming. But, yo, man, before I get too carried away, obviously we've got our FA Cup game tomorrow. At the Bridge against League One's Plymouth Argyle, who are currently sitting in 7th place. Yep, the Green Army. And they have won 1 game in their last 5 games. So,
where are they in League One?
7th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, listen, all things considered, yeah, let's have it right. And I'm saying this with the utmost respect to the club. There's levels to this. There's levels to this. There's absolute levels to this. The fact that I'm going to discuss whether it's going to be a win, lose, or draw is completely irrelevant for me and everybody else watching, and I'm sure yourself. Anything other than a win will be an absolute travesty, even with the kids on the field. Yeah. Because because the professional jump between them leagues is huge. But look, I'm not too concerned. For me, it's just more of a conversation I wanted to have with you as more the personnel and who's going to be playing. Because with Thomas Tuchel, sometimes as predictive it could be, like it could be predictable in certain places sometimes, but in a situation like this where we would like to see a lot of the youth academy play. Last time, I believe it was only Lewis that we saw, isn't it? That
Lewis
was the
Hall.
only Lewis Hall. We saw the brother.
Harvey Vell didn't play. Harvey Vell played.
He came on for a few minutes.
He came on.
Yeah,
at the end.
He came on for a few minutes.
That's about it.
But I mean, this is an opportunity because it's a bit of a catch-22 because look, yes, the players have had 2 weeks off. They're going to need to get some more match practice in their legs. They're going to have to get back into the season. So from that standpoint, you can see where if Tuchel's going to go with a strong team tomorrow. But at the same time, it's a League Two team that's 7th. They've won 1 in 5. Our youth is just brilliant. And I feel like at some stage, we need to show them some trust and throw more than 1 or 2 of them in there and really see where they are when they're playing in these kind of games. I mean, it's still not an accurate indication. Like I said, it's a cup competition first and it's against a League Two team. But if we're rating these guys as highly, or the noise that they're making from the academy as highly as we're rating them, integrate them for games like this.
Yeah, you can. And we'd all be in favor of it. Obviously, I think there's maybe just going to be one that plays tomorrow.
Yeah.
But with the FA Cup at the moment, obviously Chesterfield were League Two. Or Chesterfield are League Two, right? Yeah. Are they League Two? No, they're lower than that. They're lower than that. Sorry, they're lower than that. They're National League.
Chesterfield.
Yeah,
yes.
Chesterfield.
Yeah. So, they are National League.
We're progressing. If we were playing, if half the team against Chesterfield were top players, that we normally tend to go to, we're definitely not playing kids against Plymouth, League One opposition. So it's a progression. I think hopefully the next round we get a Championship side and then maybe the Premier League side. It's a shame Millwall are out, and I would have loved to play Millwall. I'm waiting for that, by the way. Side note, Chelsea Millwall in the Cup needs to happen at some point. It's happened once.
It has to happen.
It needs to happen again.
It has to happen. And listen, if that happens, I know a lot of you in the comments might be like, Millwall, but if you're from London, you'll understand why that needs to happen.
It needs to. It's been too long. 95 was the last time, I was 3 years old. I don't remember it. I need to see this.
Yeah.
I need to see this. But in terms of the youth, I think just based on the personnel that we have available in positions that we need, I think Lewis Hall will play. Apart from that, though, I think we're going to play a fairly strong side. Obviously, there's the catch-22, as you said, with the World Cup coming up. I don't think we're going to be playing the entire team that are going to be playing at the World Cup because I think there's a risk there as well. You don't want anyone getting injured. Just in terms of intensity, I think training will be okay. Let's have it right. Even at the Club World Cup, the only tough game should be the final, where I expect to play against Palmeiras of Brazil. Yeah. If that's the only one that I look at and go, they might cause us some sort of trouble. The rest should be pretty straightforward. So we don't need to think too hard. I think with tomorrow, though, Lewis Hall, there's the return of Kennedy, which is the highlight of my preview that I've done today, is Kennedy's getting minutes. Kennedy's back. He's got a Premier League number. He's staying for the rest of the season. So this is a statement for him. Let's see if he's the same guy that he was when we had him under Conte, or has he changed? Is he, developed? Has he matured? So alongside that, I think we're going to see familiar faces. I think Havertz will get minutes. Christensen will get minutes. Werner will get minutes.
Yeah.
It'll be quite straightforward. Saul will get minutes. So yeah.
Do you know what? Based on that principle, it's a thing where I won't really be too upset if we see a strong team for those reasons that you stated, because obviously we've got to think about the rest of the season going forward.
We want to win this as well.
Exactly. So... We want to win this, and it's always better to be safe than sorry. And I mean, it's like I said, to some it might have sounded a bit arrogant what I said at the beginning, But it's just I'm just going with just basic common sense and football quality here, and you already know. But
Yep.
but yeah, it's no disrespect to the other team because listen, I might have egg in my face. There's an opportunity that I might have a huge egg in my face. I
100%.
might get memed off by the Plymouth
Bruv.
Argyle fan section. You know, I'm taking risky.
I said this on my preview, brother. You never know. Like, do you remember when we got done by Bradford?
Yes, I do remember that. I do.
Anything can happen. Anything can happen.
I hope it's not another situation. This is a very good question from Exeter 1985. Has a League One or League Two team ever been promoted to the Premier League?
Yeah. Bournemouth.
Now
Eddie Howe's Bournemouth.
Now I know in the past few years we've seen a couple of teams that have been in League Two, namely I think Birmingham City were in there, Blackpool were in there. They was up when they
what's his name? Holloway.
Yes, when Ian Holloway was there. Middlesbrough, but did they come up from League Two to the Prem? But I remember Middlesbrough being in League Two though. At some stage with it, and it was recent as well.
You saw that's not after they went back down. I don't know, because Middlesbrough got relegated from the Premier League. We never saw them again. Like, like when they went down, they went down. That was it. I'm still waiting for them to show up again. So I don't know.
Yeah, for me, you see this.
Leeds? Did Leeds go down all the way?
Leeds,
no, they hovered in the Championship for a while. And then came back up. But the only one that really comes to mind is Eddie Howe, because he took Bournemouth from League Two, if I'm not mistaken, and done it subsequently. League Two, League One Championship, Premier League. The guy didn't stop. Like, that was an amazing accomplishment. So
I want to say Portsmouth.
Pompey. I miss Pompey.
I want to say Portsmouth. Yeah, I want to say Portsmouth. But I'm not. But that's a good question, bruv. And it literally is one that just put me on the spot. I was like, damn. It's one of those. Yeah.
Harry Redknapp's Pompey, by the way. Just shout out to them. They were a good side. FA Cup winners.
Nip on this super chat. We're gonna come back to this later on when we're done talking about Chelsea versus Plymouth. 100%. We was gonna touch a little bit on the transfers anyway, because Thomas Tuchel did mention about Ousmane Dembele and he was happy with his squad. But definitely we're gonna get into that. But thank you very much for the super chat. But as for tomorrow, Younes, there's not, because you see with games like this, especially when we play when we know we're gonna play like a strong side.
Yeah.
It's a case of, the only thing I will say is I would like to see a back four. That's my only solid request in this whole thing. Like, anybody that you put out there should be good enough to be beating them. Let's have it right. But I do want to see more of that back four, and I want to see more than 3 goals tomorrow.
It should be. I predicted 4-0. I reckon 4, but as I said, you never know. I'd like to see more than 3, especially with the caliber of players we have. The back 4 needs to happen. I mean, it's pretty clear now, and I think Thomas Tuchel's clocked onto it, that if we don't have wing backs, we can't play this system. It has to be a back 4, and we look more expressive in a back 4, as we did against Tottenham. So a back 4 needs to happen. I think the only objection that Thomas Tuchel might have is because of Kennedy's return. When he spoke about Kennedy in the press conference, he did mention that a good position for Kennedy is a wing back. So he did say, if we play in a wing back, that's tailor-made for Kennedy. And I get that, and it's true. But in a back 4, Kennedy can also play as an in-and-out winger. Simple. Just stick him as a left winger, not a left wing back. So it depends. My only concern is in the wing back formation, who are we playing on the right? Are we going to stick with Hudson-Odoi there? Pulisic, Aspie. Look, Aspie as a fullback, I think, is enough. As a wing back, no. I think the legs are beginning to go, and there's no one else to replace him. There's no one else.
If we're being realistic, they're not even big. They've been going, bro. They've been going. And I've been saying, I think from last season, I was really starting to say, please, Chelsea, do something about this before it turns into an Ivanovic situation, because that was sad to see. That drop off was really, really sad to see. Don't want to see that happen to one of the best defenders we've seen in the Premier League. Definitely one of the best captains we've seen in the Prem. But this is what happens. This is what happens when it comes down to bad planning. But honestly, I'm not really going to go too much into tomorrow's game. Anant, actually, thank you very much for the update. No kids tomorrow, all playing
Very
today
good point.
in the under 23 match today. So
Cheers for
really, yeah. So based off that, you already know we're gonna go with experienced first teamers in this game tomorrow. So really,
we're going with the Champions League winning team.
Talk about overkill. It's gonna be like on FIFA 22 when you're just playing on beginner, and really you should just be playing on legendary or world class or something.
Oh,
it's just gonna be a complete mismatch.
Legendary is a madness on that game. I don't know what they done to it,
bro.
It's stupid.
You see the only reason, why I haven't streamed FIFA 22 yet on this channel.
You're losing a lot of games,
bro. It's not even that. It's the rage. The game makes me rage. Like I will play a pass, and you're not passing it to the right player, or I'm 1-on-1, and I've got Erling Haaland in my Chelsea career team as my number 9. I'm 1-on-1. I am definitely scoring. Haaland in real life is doing this with his eyes closed. Somehow we're skying it over, or the keeper makes some miraculous save. Bro.
The keepers are mad upgraded on this game. It's mad. It's mad.
Yeah, that's why. But like my missus she's been like, yo, you know what? You should probably just learn to curb the attitude, because I just outside. Come on. Yeah, but it's coming though. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna start streaming some FIFA games, bro, and we're gonna have a bit of banter about it. But yeah, man, let's get on to what Thomas Tuchel said today, because obviously I touched on it a bit in the beginning when you was just setting up and coming into the show. But Tuchel said, well, two things came up. The first one, let's talk quickly about Ousmane Dembele, because we mentioned this last time we were live, actually, because I did say, it was me that said, apparently Thomas Tuchel wants the player and there's been contact. But he's actually come out today and quashed those rumors. He's actually said, I haven't had any direct contact with him, not for the winter, not for the summer, none of that. So there's been no discussion with Ousmane Dembele. Now, we do know that he's a big fan of the player. So where did these rumors actually come from? Because I actually said to the people, I said, listen, could be one of two things. Obviously, Dembele contract at Barcelona, ex-manager Tuchel, Chelsea need someone doing the attack. It's going to make for the news. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's going to make good headlines. It's a good story to write. But then on the flip side, he could be saying it from the standpoint of, well, I didn't speak to him personally, because as managers, we don't take care of that anymore. This isn't the 90s where the manager's sitting in and throwing in. No, it's not that time no more. Marina's taking care of that. So it could be that, because remember, we're dealing with a very, very smart individual, who is media trained, who does know how to use. Yeah, exactly. So before you go, but before you go on, personally, I can't help but feel that there was an element of truth in that. But go on, Younes.
Yeah, this is the thing. Like, on deadline day, we were hearing from Sky Sports, and as mad unreliable as they've become over the years, where they used to be seriously reliable. They were saying, there's ongoing contact. There's 4 hours to go. They might get something done. Immediately after the window shut, Fabrizio Romano came out and said, there's been no contact. Just as Thomas Tuchel said today, Fabrizio was like, there's been no contact. Even at least for a winter move, there's been nothing. So I saw that and thought, all right, where the hell did Sky Sports get their information from then? What's happened? Because it seems like there actually has been no conversation. Now, as you said, it could be that it's not Thomas Tuchel. It could be something else. But it's just weird. Right now, it looks like for what Fabrizio said was spot on. How I interpreted it was that perhaps there were no conversations for the winter. There might be conversations for the summer. But then TT come out today and said winter and summer, no contact. So it could be in the way that you described it, that maybe the club have spoken, not TT personally. But overall, look, I done a video on Dembele's injury record. That's enough for me to
I
say,
saw that.
please stay
Yeah.
away.
It was just,
Please stay away.
I saw that video. And if you haven't seen that, make sure you check it out. It's literally just a sea of red of where he's just not played games, bruv. And it's just,
Bro, it's like it was like looking at the Red Sea. I'm surprised there was no parting and Moses didn't show up. The whole thing is just mad. Just the entire page I'm scrolling. I had to include a Gordon Ramsay bit. Like, look, because it's just like that sums it up. It sums it up.
No, absolutely. Hey, listen, big up yourself, Trevor. Dembele and Pulisic have one good hamstring between them. It's a fact. But listen,
Dembele makes Pulisic looks like he's got a solid hamstring.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, and listen,
it's mad.
Hey, Younes, I'm starting to learn. We gotta be careful about what we say about Pulisic, you know, because the Poolie Puff girls are out there in full effect. I'm telling you, the Poolie Puff girls is a real thing. There is a group that will come after you if you talk bad about Christian Pulisic, yeah.
Oh my
or even
God.
criticize it. The Poolie Puff girls are here to save the day.
I can't believe you said
immediately.
that.
Hey,
I've never heard that term ever.
that's the Poolie Puff girls, bro. That's what I'm gonna be calling them.
Oh no!
Right, there's a whole army, but big up the Poolie Puff girls, man. As long as you're Chelsea fans, we're in it together. We just want what's best for Christian Pulisic. Don't hate me. don't come against me. But no, okay. But let's move on to the summer, because in the past couple of weeks we have heard of more, I'm gonna say loosely, quote unquote, concrete summer targets, and those being familiar names that we've heard before. Tchouaméni or Declan Rice. Let's start with that one, because you see there, yeah, I'm at a huge catch-22, because I thought the ambition was to get both of them eventually, and that's what I still want. Now, if you're asking me to choose one or the other, I can't, because because I know if Rice comes to Chelsea, I'll be buzzing, but I'm still gonna want Tchouaméni. If Tchouaméni comes to Chelsea, I'm gonna be buzzing, but I'm still gonna want Deckers.
Yeah.
So is it really an either-or situation, do you reckon? At least for that summer?
It could be. I would like both, obviously. If I had to pick, bloody hell. This is my gut. This is just pure gut. Yeah, this is vibes. What I'm about to say is pure vibes. Mm-hmm. So don't read into it too much. I see more in order to get out of the player for the benefit of the way that we play in Tchouaméni.
Yes.
But obviously Rice has the chemistry already. Rice has history. He's a Chelsea boy. So we might go in that direction. Whoever shows up, I'm happy with. But I would like both. The other catch-22 that there is, but I hope there's a way to integrate all of them in midfield, is, if it happens, is if we were to get Tchouaméni and Rice, but Gallagher needs to have a place in the team as well.
100%. 100%. Yeah? That's a must.
And alongside that, there's a Mason Mount to think about too. You know, if he ups his game properly and performs the same way he did last season, that could be a quartet. You know, the two in the double six and the two in front. Yes. That might affect the way that we play on the wings, though. Who's going to play as a winger? I don't know. There's a whole formation debate for that one. But that would be a solid midfield to have. That would definitely be a solid midfield to have. But we'll see. We'll see.
I mean, if Rice is available in summer, I can see Chelsea going for that move over Tchouaméni, purely because Thomas Tuchel, he does emphasize on squad harmony and squad dynamics, and with what you just said, he's a Cobham boy, come up from Cobham, and he's just done a recent interview, actually, hero to this day, still John Terry. He's very much a Chelsea boy, bruv. And
he wants to move. He wants
and you've seen it for the past couple of transfer windows where he's been either just flirting massively with the club, or he's just always been like interacting with things to do with Chelsea and showing his appreciation for the club. For me, I can definitely see it being him out of the two. Now, with Tchouaméni, honestly, I do feel that, again, disclaimer, I do feel that he is the better player. And that's not to say that Declan Rice is a bad one, because he is one of the best in Europe, in my opinion, undoubtedly. And he's just been getting better season by season by season by season.
Yeah.
But Tchouaméni, in terms of the completeness of a footballer.
Of a midfielder.
But bruv, he's just a naturally gifted baller, and he's so versatile and plays. He can play defensive mid, he can play box to box, he can even play attacking mid, and all of these to higher levels for him to be a decisive factor in the game in all of those positions. And that's the kind of versatility that helps a core team win trophies. If you've got someone like that can adapt and play at such a high level in those positions, you've got a winning recipe there. So,
and that's why I think he'd work so well with Rice.
Yes,
and that's why I'd want them both together, because I think that's a combination that will seriously work. I think it'd be really good to use in terms of going forward, but it would be so hard to get past the both of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we tend to struggle sometimes with, we have Kante who sweeps and is great at intercepting, and you know what he's like. He's fantastic, world class. But sometimes the man next to him can let him down defensively.
Exactly.
And Kante gets exposed. Sometimes we don't play with Kante. We have Jorginho, Kovacic, whoever, and we get caught out sometimes in combinations. With Rice, Tchouaméni, I just don't see how you're getting past those two. Together, it's a unit. It's a unit.
Exactly. And I think part of what you said, especially to do with Kante, is probably the reason as to why we're seeing him break down sooner rather than later. I mean, because these injuries are not just this season or last. They've been going on for 3 or 4 seasons almost. These niggles have been coming and going. And I feel that it's because of that reason. Because as good as Kante is, he's doing everything. He's screening that defense. He's making the transition from the defense to attack. He's winning the balls high up the field. He's driving forward. He's creating opportunities. His body is going to break down. I mentioned to Matisse on his live last week. I'm going on his channel right after this as well. He's tweeted straight after. But I mentioned to him, I would like to keep Kante, but drop him at a more like defensive mid role. Now, he made a very good point that completely went out of my mind, which is he's not sure whether Kante has the patience to sit back and really try and dictate things, or have the ability to really dictate things like that. And he feels that if we do that, we'll be losing a lot of his strengths, and he perhaps won't look like the same player we once know him as. So definitely. But my argument is that Kante is in his post-30s. Yes, I know we're talking about giving him a contract. The Jorginho situation, because of his contract, it's a situation where we're going to have to make a decision. It's either we're going to sell while there's still value on him, or we're going to give him another contract and risk not being able to get him off the books. This is my reason for stating that I want to have them both, because Jorginho goes, Tchouaméni can replace him. Kante goes, Declan Rice can do the box-to-box job. They're two ready-made top-level replacements. Now, good point. Kevin F here says, if we got both, we're talking over 150 mil. Yes, that's true. We won't have much left to upgrade other areas of the squad. It feels too out of reach to get both. No, absolutely, you're right. We have to talk in sense of realism here as well, to be honest.
Hey, remember, though, this is where one key term makes its comeback, net spend. You know,
yes,
because look, like there's already the rumors flying about for the summer in terms of some of the front players like Werner, Ziyech's future, Pulisic's future. I think Thomas Tuchel will have decisions to make going into the summer. We'll see how the season ends anyway. But if players are going to be leaving, they will be replaced, and that's just the case. I think Chelsea are 1 in, 1 out. So if we do spend, it's because we've let go. And if we are spending, we're getting money back. And then it's going to reinforce. We're going to have pretty much the same sort of budget if we're doing 1 in, 1 out in that manner as we normally do. Then we start looking to the forward line. If we were to buy, we sell. So in terms of finances, we're not just buy. We're not City. We're not PSG.
Exactly.
So it's in that aspect, I don't think we need to worry.
And we'll balance the books. We also have to remember that we have a full squad as well. So we have to take these, because like there is panic, and sometimes I do get myself sucked in when I'm reading certain things like Chelsea ain't got the funds and this and that. But the honest truth is every single club in football has been affected by the pandemic. Nobody's got away with it. Yeah. The truth is with Chelsea is two things. It's the deadwood we've got at the club, and the fact that we've got a full squad. That's what it comes down to. But we're coming into a period where quite a few of these contracts end. Now, I remember I sent you a picture with some of these wages. I'm just gonna go into WhatsApp in our conversation
Yeah.
because it showed ridiculous. That here we go. The
Have you
wages
got
of
it?
play. Yeah, I've got it here. The wages of players expected to leave, or be sold. Ross Barkley is on 110,000 sterling British pounds until.
I love how you have to emphasize that.
Yeah, because I mean,
It's not
bro.
yen. It's not yen, people. It's sterling.
And as a great man once said from the UK, he goes by the name of Sway. The pound is stronger than the dollar. Holla. Yeah. To all my old school people that remember that bar, yeah, big up Sway, blood. You don't know. But love this cheek. Whoa. Hey, wow. 2024, his contract runs out and he's on 150 bags a week.
Who gave him that contract?
Marcus Alonso is on 100k 2020. We knew that. This one's interesting. Christensen's on 85k a week, and his contract runs out this summer.
And he wants that doubled.
Yep. Yeah. Aspie's on 150k 2022. Yeah. This one is disgusting to me. Saul Niguez. Do you know how much money this guy's on?
Oh, we're paying his wages, isn't it? Oh, go on.
£207,000 a week.
Oh my god!
Drink water's on 110,000 a week.
That's illegal. That one. I don't know how the guy. He's robbing a living at this point.
Yeah, it's absolutely disgusting.
He's on loan. He's at Reading, isn't he? I hope Reading are paying his wages. They probably can't afford to.
I don't see how. But then going back to the point that I always try and make, that we were saying, Younes, this is what we want to avoid in the future. This is why I am happy that we signed nobody in January, because now we've just got, for me, it's just like, okay, January is a bullet dodged, because we're not signing anybody for the sake of signing to appease fans and just have Deadwood sit there and be on this list. These guys, their contracts are running out. Most of them are going to be gone. That's the good news from here. There is going to be space in our books. Yeah, and it's like I was saying, I want to see integration of youth that look promising, and B, we're gonna sign players that are scouted thoroughly and fit into the system. Not just buy because they're a name or it's because it's an opportunistic situation, because this player is injured and he's available for half price. You buy what the manager wants and what fits the philosophy. There's no time to make mistakes anymore. We see how fast teams move on in the Premier League. In some occasions, some teams can afford to get it right over 1, 2, maybe even 3 transfer windows, and you're in big trouble. Newcastle, you see their ambition. Do you think we can have another 2? Do you think we can have another 2 seasons of bad transfer windows with them breathing behind our neck?
No chance. They will be in the title conversation within the next 2-3 seasons. They will be 100%.
Absolutely,
100%.
Absolutely.
If they don't go down.
Yeah, if they don't go down this season, because this is why I'm saying, because some people are like, what, Guni, why do you want them to go down? Listen, they're a great club. They deserve the takeover. I mean, you see Newcastle, the fan base. Brilliant, I respect everything that they're for. They are proper football. Proper football. Every single game sold out to the T. The atmosphere is electric at all times. That's what football. That for me is a great advertisement for English football fans, the Newcastle fans.
Yeah, they're good people too, man.
They are. And remember, and you know what makes this even more dangerous, Younes? Newcastle have had a taste of success before. You know,
they have.
Remember, So.
With the days of Alan Shearer and all of that, yeah, man.
So they know what it's like. They want it back. So that ambition is there. You see what I mean? And they have it in their DNA in that club to do so. Obviously, it's been a long time since, but the ambition's there. It can happen. Yep. But quickly, we've got two players that didn't turn up to training. Pulisic for obvious reasons, and Thiago Silva. Yeah. I don't know if Thiago Silva did he travel over the break? Because I know, like you said, there was football on this side of the world.
He is back. I remember him putting an Insta post saying that he's back, you know, in terms of here training, getting ready. but he's like, I think he was advertising some sort of machine that he's using in terms of like cardio or something. I don't know, but yeah, he's back. He's back here. So yeah, in terms of just being unavailable, I just think he's unavailable.
Yeah, no, that's it. But in terms of injuries going forward, I think our only major concern still is Ben Chilwell. I want to come on to him, give a 5 minutes on him before I go into Matisse's stream. And Reece James, and apparently it's rumored he might not be fit for the Club World Cup.
He
He's
won't
not
be.
yet returned.
He's not
Yeah,
traveling.
he's not yet returned to training either. But
yeah.
at
Thomas
least,
Tuchel confirmed it earlier. Anyway, he's like,
yeah,
he's
he did.
Not,
That's
he's
right.
not traveling.
That's right. I was just trying to think, where did I hear that? But yeah, you're right. It was from the press conference. But yeah, it's a sad one still. But the good thing is that he will be returning this season. As for his guy on the other side, Ben Chilwell, I'm very concerned with that situation, honestly, and I'm gonna watch how Chelsea deal with that. I want to see, I want to see who they're seriously targeting, because there's always that risk of an injury like that you will not come back the same player.
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. Obviously, there's been cases where players have managed to come back, and thankfully, but with him, you never know. Each player to their own. With Reece James, it's just a case of, we thought he'd be back for the Club World Cup, but this is the thing at Chelsea. You realize every single injury we have, when there's a time frame, just add an extension yourself.
Yes,
because it always happens. No one comes back in time. No one. So I think that's just Chelsea playing it safe. But with Chilwell, we know he's out for the season, and we'll wait and see how he's being managed over the summer. It's a good time over the summer for him to get cracking, and hopefully he begins running soon and gets back onto grass. That way, for the summer, his pre-season, instead of just holiday, because he's taken time off anyway recovering, it's just going to be him getting back to fitness, and then hopefully he'll catch up by the time we actually start pre-season. So fingers crossed.
But do we sign somebody as his competition just in
100%.
case he doesn't come back? So now brings us back to the conversation for that left wing back position. Do we target a world-class target now? Does it go from being a backup to a world-class target that can linchpin that position?
It has to be, because the question's here. No one, not even Ben Chilwell, knows what player is going to come back. How is he going to return? Is he going to be the same player? We don't know. And that's going to be through trial and error. We don't have that time. We know he'll come back and he'll still be a good player. We know that. But in terms of the way that he was performing, is he going to reach that again? We hope. But that's the thing. At the highest level, you can't hope. You need to guarantee. So
100%.
with that being in mind, and also the fact that Marcos Alonso, we know the story with Alonso now. He's just, we're not having it.
He's a write-off at this point.
Basically he's a write-off. That's the thing. We need to go in for someone world class, and then let the competition happen. Whoever comes out on top comes out on top. But at least in terms of the club, we'll have a left back or a left wing back, regardless of who it is. So
absolutely. But on that note, I've got to run off onto Matisse's channel. We will be streaming on his Twitch channel in about 7 minutes. So so definitely to everybody in the chat, make sure you do join us over there. If you do have a Twitch account, make sure you spam his chat with bald black guy emojis, because that is me. You will know that is coming from me. Yeah, spam that chat. You already know I don't know what the topic is. Matisse gonna let me know. It's always organic with him, but it should definitely be a good conversation. Younes, thank you again for joining me here today for another good conversation about Chelsea Football Club. Let the people know what you've got going on this week and what you've released, because I saw that you just put a video out before you came on this live. So just let the people know.
Obviously, I've just received a notification with Matisse is going live. So yeah, make sure you're heading over there. Guni's in the list. So yeah, with me, it's just a case of now getting back into the rhythm of football. Obviously, I've been covering just the latest and what's been popping in terms of generic football news and the stories that have happened, the Africa Cup of Nations and the reviews of each game over there. And we've only got the weekend left because the final's on Sunday. So now it's back to watch-alongs for Chelsea, previews, reviews. Still going to cover the Africa Cup of Nations. And on top of that, giving you the latest on what's going on elsewhere and my thoughts on just generic football topics to discuss with other clubs. So yeah, that's the vibe at the moment.
Speaking of AFCON, we were supposed to do content on that, but obviously I slipped up. I didn't remind you. But there's still the final.
Even I've slipped up. There's a final. There is the final. I'm thinking of doing a watch along for it. And if we do, then we'll do one together. But
you heard it from the man himself.
I'll try and get that set up. Because obviously the format that I normally do the watch alongs will have to change for a bit. But yeah, I'll see what can be done. But Senegal Egypt will be a good game.
Okay,
the Liverpool derby.
So people in the chat that are still listening, make sure next time you go to Younes' channel, you spam his chat with BLM. It stands for Bald Lives Matter. So you know that you want this stream to happen.
Oh my God.
We must protest and make this stream happen. But to everyone that's joined in, man, thank you very much. Please make sure you do smash the like button on your way out and smash the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. Don't be one of the 42% or so that's watching without subscribing. Yeah, hit that subscribe button. Help us on our road to 10K subscribers. Because like one of the super chats said, we need to get that silver button. We're far away, but we are chipping away. And that's what matters, you get me? But wherever you are, whatever you're doing, make sure you do stay safe. And